Hello, my dear Gemini. This is your love and spirituality reading for the time between September 1st and September 15, 2017, with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, you can contact me at queenofcupstarot@outlook.com. You will find my email in the description box below here. So, I use the Legacy of the Divine Tarot and I will start shuffling your cards. I call the Divine with love and light, and I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and I call the 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Gemini viewers. So I want my dear Gemini to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. Some of you might be dealing with a Capricorn, Taurus, or a Virgo in love. I also want to take the chance to tell you that the Sun is in Virgo and will move over to Libra at this 22nd of September. Mercury, we have the Fool here, so yes, it's a new beginning, moving over to the next star sign, and we also have Death. We had the King of Pentacles was falling out of the deck and moving from Earth sign to Air sign. That's going to be probably significant for you in some way with this transition. Mercury is moving retrograde on the cusp, Virgo, Leo, and ending up in Virgo throughout the month. So also Mars and Venus will transit from Leo to Virgo. Full moon in Pisces. Here we have Mercury. Mercury will start moving direct eventually in this month. So that will be a good thing for all of us. So full moon in Pisces on September 6th, new moon on the cusp Virgo Libra. So again, this with the cusp Virgo Libra, September 20. We will have the September equinox on the 22nd, the day of the transition from Virgo to Libra. Equally long day and night throughout the world. And Jupiter moves direct in Libra, Saturn moving direct in Sagittarius, Pluto is moving retrograde in Capricorn, Neptune retrograde in Pisces, Uranus retrograde in Aries. And for you, Gemini, we have moon moves through from the 12th till the 13th of September, squaring Mercury and Uranus first day, the 12th, and then opposing Saturn and squaring the Sun. And the Sun will be at that time in Virgo. Okay, so I will just tune in for a few seconds. Okay, so my dear Gemini, this is your future, and this is your now, and this is the past. So the past is probably August, and this is probably the first half of September 2017, and this is your future. That will be the second half of September, and it might also move into the fall with October and November. Usually tarot is up to 3 months, all parts, but sometimes when it's major arcana card, it can talk about lifelong or even 1,000-year-long processes, big things going on. So if you don't feel like this is resonating with you, you can check back later in the month, and maybe things have fallen into place and water has been running underneath the bridge, so you can understand a little bit more what I'm talking about right now. This is a forecast, so it's supposed to pre-warn you of things happening into the future, and with Tarot you can change your destiny if you know the future, and you can also learn your karmic lessons a little bit faster with mirroring yourself in tarot cards. So this will be your past, probably August. And we have a 9 of coins here. So the 9 of coins is talking about the situation where you feel rather stable. It might be that you feel safe to be like a singles person or act like you're single in a relationship. It doesn't mean infidelity. It means more that maybe you're not that good at scheduling things with other people. You want to take it a little bit more as it comes. You don't want to have too much plans and things. You want to be more casual. The 9 of coins is connected to the hermit, the feminine part of the hermit, taking care of your body, nurturing your inner garden, becoming more grounded, more stable, not letting outside forces pull you back and forth. So with the hermit, we usually can do this when we are alone, but sometimes it's hard to do this when we are with other people. We might have learned to stabilize and ground ourselves when we are alone, but if there comes another person into the mix, that might make it more hard for us to use our new one skills that we got with the hermit. Leaving home, leaving society, leaving old things behind and coming closer to yourself. But as soon as there's other people in the mix, you might feel more stressed or getting more like a lone wolf in some way. The 9 of coins is also talking about prosperity when it comes to money. This is a person being able to build a beautiful business for themselves. They can build a beautiful home. They are good to attract money because they love themselves and they put themselves first. So it's a little bit of a young energy. It's the hermit. It's a little bit like making teenage rebellion and taking care of yourself and finding out that you're good at it, that you can separate yourself from other people and still survive. So it's like a maturity phase that we are all going through, but the next phase is actually to start to deal with people again, and that might be more troublesome for you, because I feel a very like a singles energy, that everything is rather good when you are alone and when you take care of yourself and your own business. And here we have the hangman. So the hangman might indicate that you're not really happy as a singles person, or to not be committed. So there's some kind of longing. The hangman is like a pregnancy. It's this maturity, right? Again, this going through these phases of maturity. And here we need to lose things. We saw here that she had a lot of money here in this arch. It's like a bridge. It's like a bridge between her and her soul and her and other people, but it still needs a bridge. And we can see that this person is like arching like a bridge. The garden has also turned to a little bit of a prison. So it might be that you are putting yourself in a little bit like a deserty state or hermit stage that's making you actually bored, and bored out of your skull. So maybe you need to sacrifice your new one stability to actually gain something new, and to mirror yourself in relations to other people might actually be very helpful. Not to judge yourself, but to just see yourself. What's making you upset? What's making you happy? And also when you are with other people and you start to become more your natural self, acting natural together with other people, you can also communicate better in a way that you couldn't do before, when you still were before the hermit stage, when you still try to fit into society and be a good working bee and do your fair share and trying to be good towards others. But you have gone through this hermit stage now, and now when you're going to integrate yourself with people again, this is actually good. You can mirror yourself in people and see what it was that didn't really work out before. Before the hermit stage, you were so entangled in all those social relationships and everything. So it's first now in this stage where you can go back and see, okay, so this was why this didn't work out, or why I feel like this, or why I always felt abandoned, or because you come into the situation with new people, or the same people as before, but with new eyes. So you will really be seeing what it is that you are doing. Sometimes we need to see ourselves through other people's eyes as well. That they say to us, why are you doing like this? And we can figure out, we can think like, yes, why am I doing like this? And we have like either Neptune or Uranus behind. It says Neptune in the book, and sometimes it fits, but sometimes Uranus is better, because the hangman for me is connected to Uranus. That's also have this symbol of kind of a hanged person, like a symbol for Uranus. Okay, so both those planets, Neptune is about deep psychological things within you. It might be lies and deception and like projections and all of these things that you want to hide from both yourself and others. Uranus is kind of dragging them, all those things up and putting them into display. So it works rather fine together, both those planets, and they are kind of twins. And here this person is both in an aquarium and out in outer space. So again, it's like a pregnancy where the soul goes into the body and sometimes is out of the body and into the body and out of the body. And the 9 of coins is also 9 months. So it's very much like you're going through a transition stage where something new wants to be born, something real and true. That's not where you don't hide things for yourself or others. You actually start to probably communicate in a more direct and honest way, even about hard things, because you're going to learn it here when you're hanging like upside down like this, being kind of enlightened. The next card is the 8 of coins. So we have 9 of coins and 8 of coins. So for many of you, this will be in a working situation or in a project that you have put in a lot of effort to for a long time. Sometimes with the 8 coins, we can see the spider webs hanging in the windows, kind of emphasizing this with that you have put a lot of time and effort into this. And we can see that this person looks a little bit troubled, but he has in no way given up. He's just very interested in the problem and to solve it. So it is a karmic situation, probably with other people that you are dealing with. And it might be your boss at work. It might also be your husband. It might be family members. It might be your romantic partner, friends, different things for different people. But now, before it was rather easy when you kind of distant yourself a little from other people and just try to find out who you were and to love yourself. But now the level of this is kind of being heightened. It's a higher altitude of difficulty level. So now you need to deal with other people and try to make this what you were able to make here together with other people. 8 of coins is like fine polishing a thing. It's like an eternal something coming back and again and again until you polish the plan, the way to deal with those situations more and more until you really get it. So there's some kind of, it's beautiful willingness here, but it's also a great deal of sacrifice. It's not it's not like comfortable. It's like you have a lot of challenges and problems to solve, but you're doing this with rather nice patience, it seems, and you're not getting really agitated by the difficulties that you meet in different situations with different people. You're just putting more knowledge into this, your project, or into your situation, your karmic situation that you need to solve. And you're finding more and more solutions. You are getting like small keys and small light bulbs, like ideas. And this is enlightening your path. It's like you're getting small pieces of the puzzle each and every time that you are faced with some kind of opposition or some kind of difficulty. And here we have 10 of wands. 10 of wands, here it's something you really need to say. You are trying to do the best from your perspective. You are trying to, here with 8 of coins, we can see also with the 9 of coins and the other cards that you're really trying to, you want to be a good person. You want to do good deeds. You want to have like high moral standards and values. But it's something within you that wants to come through, and you are kind of denying it access to do so. So the wands are talking about the road of the hero. In other case, you have the coins. That's more about manifesting things, the things that you are being thinking about, to actually be able to put them into words and actions, and they will come back as tangible goods or actual situations. It's like playing with mud a little bit and having an image of what you want to create and then getting it. But with the wands, it's another thing. It's more of your soul and ideas and visions and longings and instincts, and it's more a little bit more primordial, but in the same time very high energy. So it's more like your animalistic part of you that wants to take over, and you have denied it access. You don't want this because you want to have control of yourself, over the situation, over the things that you say to other people. You don't want them to get hurt. You don't want them to deny you or make or think that you are a crazy person in some way. So with the Ten of Wands, you are like a door bouncer for your own ideas and thoughts and the things that wants to come out of your mouth. Of course, if we have a problem with always saying the wrong thing, maybe then we really need a Ten of Wands and to hold back a little bit. But here it seems more for me like you need to start to tell people the things that's on your mind. And maybe you don't have to do it like in an angry way. This person really tries to do their best and really restrain themselves too, and they are really fighting. So to just start to tell some of those things instead of just holding back and buckle it up inside, because the Ten of Wands and the Hangman is really it's things. This is the divine blocking you, and this is you blocking yourself. The divine is blocking you, so you will start to talk from your natural self, and you are trying to not to do this. So you and the divine is in great opposition here. You're trying to keep your mouth shut about something. Maybe with the Eight of Coins you want to make another go at something. Maybe you want to talk things out. Maybe you have been single, missing someone, and you want to do a second go with this. But with the Ten of Wands you think, no, I won't. I will keep my mouth shut and I won't tell people that I have gotten like hope. My hopes have risen that I think that we can fix the problems that were before. I won't tell them because if I tell them, maybe they will hurt me. Maybe they will say you are crazy. We won't ever be able to solve this problem, or something else that you are dreading. So you're holding this back. But really, there's a lot of hope here with the Eight of Coins. You want to. It's like you have separated from people and now you want to get back together, but it's something, maybe it's your pride, or maybe you don't want to mess with other people, or maybe you think that you are like bicycling down the wrong road, but actually the divine wants you. They're pushing you to your limits, so you will do this, and you are kind of pushing back and saying no. So we have a little opposition here. And the last card is the Devil. So the Devil is kind of Capricorn. So we have Earth here, Earth there, Earth. So every other is Earth. And then the Hangman and the Ten of Wands. I think this is the reaction to your reaction to the situation. So with the Devil, it's you have some needs. You have some things deep within you. It might be unfulfilled needs or desires or longings. A lot of different things that you have put down in the basement and thought like, nah, I'm not ever going to have those needs fulfilled. So I just putting them in the back burner here and forget about them. But with the Devil, they were really never gone. You just put them in the barn, and from there they have been controlling your life from your shadow. This is when you try to keep things like bottled up, and then you get so angry that it just shoots out like a volcano, and you say things or do things that you think are stupid and that you regret later. So it's better to not hold back and to actually tell people exactly what it is that you feel and think, but in a more not so aggressive and volcanic way, more well, in this situation, I feel left out again, like I have done so many times before with you. And before I didn't tell you, but now I feel like it's time to tell you that I'm feeling like this. It doesn't have to be like great show-offs or duels in the dawn. It can be just words, explaining yourself to other people what's going on inside you, because they are not telepathic, so they won't know. You have some deep need here that you're really trying to, it's like some instinct or some longing or something, that a need of other people maybe, that you're just pressing back, and you're trying to imagine that it's not there. I don't have this need. I can go on forever without fulfilling this need, but you can't. It's only going to rule you from the behind, from the shadows, and maybe put you into addictions, or put a lot of fear into you, and making you like a person that's controlled by their shadow. So, and this was in August. I knew that you have a very beautiful love reading for August, and so I was a little puzzled, but I think that the love is there. It's just that one of you, because sometimes this goes reverse. This might be for the person that you deal with, probably a earth or a fire sign, but probably it's like this, that you love someone a great deal, but you're trying to pretend like you're not, or someone that you're dealing with is trying to pretend that they don't have this feeling. But if there's this happening with another person, then in some degree this is also happening within you, because we are mirrors. So if someone is doing this on the outside, like here in the mirror, you could take a good look and see when or with which people I'm doing the same thing. Because sometimes we have a partner acting like really strange, holding back their stuff, and we might do the same thing against our friends, our family, our children, our co-workers. So sometimes it can be good to write down all the things that you think are stupid with other people, then turn it around and write the story about you. This is stupid about me. And then you will probably recognize yourself, maybe not in the same situation, but in another situation. That's your shadow. That's things you can't see. So when you do this turnaround game, it's rather funny, because then suddenly you will see yourself. Where are you holding back? Where are you not telling the truth? Where are you not being honest with how much hope and how much, like, there's some kind of building up to some kind, it's like you're seeing that this could end up happy, this could be something great, but you are deciding to not tell or not act upon this. So here we have September, and here's the Knight of Swords. That's Jude, Gemini, and it comes underneath the 9 of Coins. So it kind of tells that you have been working very hard on trying to not be so worried with your mind, but actually just stay in the situation and kind of try to not control it so much. You have sometimes when we're thinking a lot, we are worrying ourselves a great deal. And with the 9 of Coins, it's like, well, whatever happens, happen. I have done my best, and I let it rest for now. So that's very good for your mind to take this rest. And also you are taking back the power from your thoughts that's always like going on like this, and you are turning the focus inside your body. So this is talking about a rather big spiritual growth you have been going through, where you have learned to ground yourself better and not paint like the devil on the wall is what we are saying in Sweden. I don't know if this is a saying in other country, but when you paint the devil on the wall, it's like you are, well, making a hen out of a feather. You're making a bad scenario of something that might never happen. And I think you have been very successful with not doing this, with actually not letting your mind run haywire and freak yourself out. You have been able to ground yourself. 9 of Coins can also be like a person in your life that's bringing you this stability, or making you feel better about yourself, not judging yourself so hard. Here we have 4 of Swords, and it comes underneath the Hangman. So it shows that there's some kind of silent treatment going on. maybe someone has cut the cord with you, maybe you have cut the cord with them. It's a sacrifice that you have been making, probably to keep your inner peace, or to not show yourself vulnerable for others, or to not, sometimes maybe not telling them the truth of how you really feel. But for some of you, you have been able to take better control of yourself and make things, to take better care of yourself maybe as well. And therefore, you might cut cords with people even though you miss them later on, because you had to, for the love of yourself. So for some of you, it will be like this. And for others, it's just your pride that doesn't want you to reconnect. But with the Four of Swords, it's kind of supporting the Hangman. Maybe you need to go through this phase of being a little bit alone and kind of sleeping on things, trying to understand more about the different processes that has been going on in your life, and just being in it, feeling it, instead of thinking a lot, just letting yourself feel this is the light of the moon, and we have those the very emotional planet Uranus and Neptune here. So it's talking about big psychological process going on deep within you, and this is maybe a time when you need to rest, to download all this information, and also to bring it up from your deep subconscious. It's some kind of processing going on that's going to take time, and life might be a little bit boring. Maybe you don't have the strength to go out and enjoy other people. Maybe you just need to spend time alone, so you will be able to make it through this birth canal. But beware, because the Four of Swords and Ten of Wands is both about keeping things in, just letting things slip through your finger and just decide like, well, I can't do anything about it. This is just trying to struggle against that feeling of want to communicate, and this one has totally given up, don't even struggle anymore. And for some of you, you have been holding yourself in such a tight leash that you are using up all your energy into controlling yourself, and then you get exhausted, and it's like when you are going on a party and trying to behave instead of being your natural self, you will be so tired when you go home later. So this might have been what's going on, that you have been trying to behave in some way, and now you're totally worn out. The next card is an Ace of Wands. So the hope is still there with whatever project it was that you were thinking of and planning for, and feeling like a little bit anticipation, or it's like having something to look forward to. And with Ace of Wands, it's still there. And you have the Ace of Wands and the Ten of Wands. So it's like Alpha and Omega with the hero's road. You can walk on this road again. You can try again. You have a second go on this. It's like you get a second chance. You weren't able to make it here, even though we saw with your previous reading that maybe love was greatly present. You were not able to communicate it or your needs, as it seems, but it still seems like the chance is there for a new beginning, with love, creativity. Maybe it's something that you love to do as well, that you thought, well, no, it won't ever work. Maybe you wanted to be an artist or a great mathematician or whatever, and you just decided now, no, that's not for me. I'm going to put this on the back burner. And here you are putting this on the back burner, and then the idea kind of arises again. And here we have the Empress. So the Empress is very natural and fluid behavior, and it's connected to the Hangman. So it seems like the divine will get its will through, or it has planned for doing so anyway, because 12, 1 plus 2 is 3. So this is some kind of birth, a new birth, Ace of Wands. Some of you might even get pregnant in this state. And maybe before you put too much effort into working, and when your body is in stress, you can't really birth forth new things. But here with the Empress, it's like your natural self is coming through. And your natural self, when you actually align with your natural self, this is 3 times your soul energy on the back. It's just weighing you down because you don't want to accept the energy. You don't want to act accordingly with the energy. But with the Empress, it kind of says, well, now you do, if you do. So if you would just let yourself become more natural, and when you're tired, you rest. When you want to say something, you speak. When you have a hope, you get into action. So it's becoming more natural is what advice that Divine gives to you. And here we have also the High Priestess. So both the Divine Feminine figures is represented here. The High Priestess is about actually honor yourself and your needs, because they are your connection with your soul. So when you put things on your back burner, you kind of put your soul there as well, and your life's purpose is not being able to be fulfilled. So here it's saying respect yourself, respect your longing and wishes and desires, and take them out in the light so you can see them. She's holding her past and her dreams for the future before her eyes so she can see them, so she can take better decision instead of just pushing things into the shadows. And here she has the moon, so she listens to the moon, she listens to her thoughts here, both the moons and the thoughts, everything here. She just listens to everything and take notice. You can see the horns here kind of depicting Taurus in her forehead, showing that she's enlightened. And we have the same light coming here from the Ace of Wands, your soul. And her soul has actually gone down in her body. So she is aligned with the things that is natural for her instead of denying it. And we can see also the waters here and here. We also had this with the Hangman here. So it's something, when you connect with your feelings, you will get a lot of knowledge and information that you weren't able to have. Some people might think that their feelings are their enemy because their feeling wants them to do stupid things or act stupidly or go after the wrong people to love or things like this. But they are guiding posts. They want to guide us into the lessons and blessings that we need. So to follow your heart is very good if you are using your head in the same time, and you might know where you want to go, but you might go there a little bit more slow, just so you won't end up in a bad situation. So it doesn't mean that there's need to be a conflict between the mind and the heart. It's just saying that one needs the other. So self-respect, to love and respect yourself instead of denying you what is actually going to make you happy and what you need. It's like a need that you want to be without because it makes you feel like a beggar for something that you think that you can't have. But honor this, what you want to have. It's your sign to where you're supposed to go. So don't miss it. And that was in the now, and here we have the future, and here comes the actual Ace of Cups, which all these energies are swimming in. So she's like this, having access to her beautiful inside. This people are so afraid of this Ace of Cups, their feelings inside, because it's a beautiful antenna. It's so fragile, it's so precious, it's so open to every kind of information. So it's making you vulnerable because it's this great, very enhanced antenna. So people are fearing it and trying to block it out because they don't want to hear the information that comes through here. But you need this information. You need to be brave enough to take it in and just take notice of it. It doesn't want to hurt you. It just wants to say like, listen up, this is what you feel, and you will take notice. Okay, I feel a bad feeling in the stomach, so something's going on. I'm going to figure out what with my the other part, the owl here. So you see, this is both. You are using both. You are being total, whole, connected. You are connecting your light side, your attention with your shadowy side, all the feelings, the mushy feelings that you have down there, that's going to give you so much more information. So don't deny yourself. Don't put like a gag on your own mouth. Don't put restraints on your own feelings or your own hope. Try to act more natural. Try to not behave so much in a fashion that you have learned It's not your divine self, it's your very human self that wants to control you in this way. So Ace of Cups also can mean new love. So it means like the chance for this love that we were seeing during the summer is still there. You still have this here. And here you have a Four of Wands. So when you love yourself, when you respect yourself, and you can be able to start to see what you really want to create in your life, what's really making you happy. When you love yourself like this, you find kind of your source, and you're being much more attractive to the things that you actually want. And it's creating a beautiful stability in your life. That's actually not shutting people out like the Nine of Coins might do, because both those cards are self-love, but this has open doors. It's like people are welcome in, and they are also welcome to leave, and it's high, there's no roof, so it's like you can say and do things and still be loved. So it's like you're starting to love yourself whatever you do. And this is the Four of Swords that have turned to the Four of Wands. So when you take time to just lie and feel yourself, your inside, and just here with the High Priestess, align with yourself. This self-love and this stability is coming. It's very positive for you. And the Four of Wands is also talking about stable relationships, marriage, celebration, happiness. So if you just follow yourself, and you will find home, kind of. And here you have a Six of Swords. So Six of Swords kind of means that you are going to continue to working with this that I was talking about in the beginning. Being able to be with others and still tell the truth. Not only tell the truth to yourself about what you long and what you need and what you feel, but also start to communicate this a little bit. The Six of Swords is joining between the head and the heart, and deciding that they two work perfectly together. So it's building up this hope again, a hope to be able to communicate in a way that other people will understand, so you can get understanding and the love that you need. And here, yes, we have a King of Cups. So King of Cups might be a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer person in your life. It might also mean that you have awakened your heart, your natural beating heart, and you want to have, you might want to give this maybe a recognition, talking with someone about what's in your heart, or someone wants to talk with you about what's in their heart. But this seems to mostly be about you. It might be Capricorn involved, or any of the water signs. We have a lot with Virgo as well. The Empress and the Nine of Coins. That you can see that this is rather like. And of course a lot of fire. And the last card here is the Five of Cups. So this is what you need to do. You have a lot of sad stuff buried here in the shadow, and they need to come forth, and that's not dangerous. You have been fearing this so much, but it's actually the road to healing. To get access to your hurt feeling is like opening up a very dusty door to a basement where you have kept something precious that's hurting, and you need to take this entity out of there and heal it by giving it attention and listen to it. Okay, so you're hurt. Where does it hurt? You can ask yourself this, and you will find the location. Okay, it hurts here, and it feels like this, and you can even paint a picture of it. And if it has like a texture, a momentum, maybe it's moving in some way. It might feel like a tin can or a sponge or whatever. And you can ask it questions like, why do I feel this way? What is the truth I don't want to see? And you can, if you get answers, you can also ask follow-up questions on that. So really give attention to all the entities that you have put here in your wardrobe. They need to come out and get your full attention and respect, because you have not honored yourself. You have not honored your heart or your feelings. So maybe you need to go through a lot of tears. I'm not feeling that this is something someone else is doing to you. If they are doing this to you, they are doing this to you as a favor, even if it doesn't feel like this, because you really need to get access to those disappointed emotions. So it might be that there's something repetitive in your life, like the same, you're getting hurt in the same way and you're just trying to push it down and survive. Instead, you should bring it up when you are getting hurt again and just still very much look at it. Bring it up from the shadow. The things that you give attention, your attention is your light. When you bring attention to this dark situation, they self will become light. You will heal yourself. King of Cups is a person that's whole. It's talking about a person that can't be touched, can't be wounded because they have no wound. They have healed every part of them that's like this. And it seems like you have a very beautiful readiness to both meet love. But when love comes, when you invite love to your life, it's going to be like a tsunami wave of all the things that you have put in the basement, the things that you said to yourself, I don't need this. And then you will, when you actually maybe go into a relationship or meet someone that you get interest for, all those emotions will come up and you will fear the relationship. But it's not the relationship is the problem. The problem is within you. So wherever you go, there you will be. So you need to heal this poor little entity inside of you and give it a lot of attention. You wouldn't leave a child to cry year upon year upon year and just say, I won't listen to you. I hate your whining. You would take this little fragile entity out and say, okay, so let's tell me your story. So let yourself, your story be heard. Those parts of you that you have pushed back into the shadow, they need to get out in the light now. So very beautiful reading for you. It seems like you're very supported. Your only enemy seems to be yourself, what you're doing to yourself. So I will take a card for you from the Drude Card Tarot to see a little bit about your past. And we have two cards. We have the Chariot and Ace of Pentacles. So it's like the divine thinks that you are in a hurry somewhere to grab a chance. This Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups that we had there. They want you to pull yourself together. Also those shadowy things. Pull the shadow and the light side of you together and then go towards your goal. You have something important to do that's requiring a courage from a bear. So a bear is taking very good care of their cubblings. So be one of those brave females here. So even if you're a male, this is your feminine side that needs to come through. You might have heard that you're not supposed to cry. Well, cry your eyes out and be much more brave, because when you have talked with your emotion and see that they are not dangerous, they are not going to rule your life anymore. They are going to be a part of you. You are going to take their information as knowledge or just like road signs, and you won't like be scared of your own emotions. So that will make you much more grounded and brave like this. So it's a brave new future waiting for you when you are learn to deal with yourself, your natural self and your natural behavior, and when you actually use your skills and talents and all this information that you have been pushing back to something useful to do this hopeful new bright future that we have been feeling throughout your reading. So this has been your work in the past to do this, to take this new chance, to pull yourself together and be able to take a chance. So what will it lead to? This is the Oracle of Visions by Cyril Marchetti. And it comes a lot of cards for you. So we'll see here. So we see wands in all these cards, but these are holding up a mask. So it's like you know what you want, but you are in some way masking yourself, trying to get away with telling people that you want something else than what you really want. Inside yourself, you know it all. You have all the information. But when you're talking with people, they see someone else. They don't see this, your true you, the thing that's underneath the surface. You show them a facade. So you need to check on this. Why are you doing this? And what can you do about this? How can you be more like what people see is what they get? So become more truthful to you, more natural in your behavior, also natural in your behavior, also more natural in your communication. You have this robin here that was actually the bird that was said to be in Jesus's crown, and it has a red chest because it tried to save him from the thorns, and it got stung itself. So brave little entity trying to do what's right even in very big opposition. Okay, my dear Gemini, I hope this helped. I want you to take really good care of yourself, and also if you need a personal reading, you can contact me at queenofcupstarot@outlook.com. You'll find email in the description box below. Okay, so I hope to see you again in the middle of September. Okay, bye bye.